Hey folks, in today's episode we visit the spectacular Cedar Falls, cavernous Ash Cave, and mysterious Conkles Hollow near Hocking Hills State Park in Ohio.
Make sure you click subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure.
Okay, this is the Cedar Falls Trail at Hocking Hills State Park. There are a lot of features to see and hikes to do at Hocking Hills. We were lucky to be here when it was rainy, except for the muddy campsite, of course. But it was still amazing to see how the rainfall affected these already amazing places.
Hear the thunder?
It's only a half mile, guys.
But it was thunder.
Yeah.
It's a mile round trip. Thunder, thunder,
No,
thunder,
it's
thunder.
a half mile loop.
Oh.
It's not an out and back.
Are we going left or right when we get down here?
What is this creek? Anybody know? Cedar Creek?
Cedar Creek?
We'll find out later. If you know, put it in the comments. The hike to Cedar Falls is a half-mile loop along Queer Creek. If you start at the trailhead near the restrooms, you actually see the falls at the end of the hike.
That one looks like a house or something.
Is that Cedar Falls?
No.
That's not Cedar Falls.
I like the sound of the water running.
Oh my gosh. And what a spectacular waterfall it is. As we were starting the trail, we heard some thunder. It seemed really close. The rain held off until we were just about to the parking lot, and then the skies opened up. It's almost too dark here. That is not a trail. We were amazed at how dark it was down among the hemlocks. Hemlocks, not cedars. Early settlers mistook the trees as cedars and named the place Cedar Falls.
Oh my gosh, how cool is this trail? Right? The trail is right. We took the high road. We may have wanted the low road.
Okay, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it's nearly completely dark in here. This is the Cedar Falls Trail at Hocking Hills State Park in Ohio. Ash Cave is just a little further down the road from Cedar Falls Trailhead. There are restrooms and a pavilion at this location. Also, the first portion of this trail is wheelchair accessible. The rain was a blessing and a curse. No one likes rain when they're camping, but these waterfalls and other natural features would have been entirely different without the huge amounts of rain the area got during this time. Don't worry, viewers, I'm not going on the trail. I really hope you can see this enormous cliff over there. You know, it could be the time to come to a place like this is when it is just after a thunderstorm, because it's not too busy in here, and there are some sprinkles, but it's okay. According to our guide, this waterfall is usually not here. But after all the heavy rains last night and today, we're getting to see some things we normally don't. Just to give you an idea of the scale of this. I mean, these people here are like, 5 feet tall at least. And you can see how tall this space is. There's water coming off the edge of it like a little waterfall. Okay, this is one of the most unbelievable things I think I've ever seen. Just the scope of it. And there's a big sandy beach here almost. I mean, there's not a beach, but lots and lots of sand. And you're going to see this waterfall over here. I'll tell you what the creek name is later after I find out. Folks, Ash Cave at the southern reaches of the park is probably the most striking feature in Hocking Hills State Park. The recessed cave itself is massive. We've been so fortunate to see so many sites across dozens of states. Ash Cave is easily one of the top 10. And again, we have the rain to thank for this amazing periodic waterfall. We keep telling ourselves that this is like a movie set or something. There you go. Which way should we go? All right, if we were to continue on this trail, it would take us over to Cedar Falls. It's 2 miles, and none of us are really up for that today, especially with the rain. But you can get from Ash Cave, that's where we just were, that enormous underground cave thing, to Cedar Falls. There's a trail, a couple miles. Okay, so right here is the brink of that falls. It's right there, and that's, I don't know how many feet that is. I'm not very good at estimating distance. 50 feet drop right there, and I'm sure that most days this stream is not as full as it is today. Again, we've had a ton of rain last night, rained all last night. Just had another half an hour of thunderstorms. Beautiful in here. And here's the rest of the trail to Cedar Falls, but I think we are not going to do that today. I suppose if you walked out to the edge of that, there's a cliff there, huh? All right, we are at Conkles Hollow. This is part of the Hocking Hills area in Ohio. And this part of the park, or the area, was actually closed earlier today. It's about 7:30 at night. We had pretty bad storms overnight last night. And they had this part closed, and you can kind of tell that the parking lot down here looks as if it was flooded. But it's not flooded now, so we're going to see what we can see.
Oh, this is Conkles Hollow State Nature Preserve.
Okay. We are not in Hocking Hills State Park. Conkles Hollow is not actually part of Hocking Hills State Park. It's a state nature preserve. It's also one of the deepest gorges in Ohio. We hiked the trail at the gorge bottom. The trees above, combined with the ferns below, are so thick in some places that sunlight never reaches the bottom of the valley. There's a lot of trails in here. What a beautiful walk in the woods. As we continued on the hike, the forest closed in around us, and it got darker and darker. Of course, it was later in the day, too. Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Beautiful fernage. Conkles Hollow. This reminds me a lot of Cook Forest, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna guess that over here is the trail to Diagonal Cave. That is closed. It looks like a marked trail there. It also looks like it's been closed for a while, and you can't really see it. I'm sure you won't be able to see it on the video, but there is the outline of rock back there is probably where they were talking about. Have to go to Ash Cave instead. This portion of the Gorge Trail is wheelchair accessible. It's a great way to see how the Black Hand sandstone cliffs tower over the gorge, sometimes over 100 feet. The grotto, sometimes called the Horsehead Grotto, is a spooky spot. Hikers claim they sometimes hear voices and see shadows out of the corners of their eyes. When we arrived at this huge cliff, it occurred to us that we've seen things like this out west. Except out there, they're usually not covered by trees and ferns. A surprisingly high cliff for Ohio. I didn't know that there were rocks this tall.
This side of the Mississippi.
Right. I mean, look at that, guys. You know what? It kind of reminds me a little bit of Natural Bridge.
But taller.
In Kentucky. How tall is Devil's Tower?
1,000 feet. So that's about 1,000 feet.
You remember that?
Yeah, Devil's Tower is about 1,000 feet up.
Actually, Devil's Tower is 1,267 feet tall. The highest cliff at Conkles Hollow is about 200 feet tall. Still impressive. Okay, you gotta be careful here, but...
Those are mudslide.
Are those trees? They look like they're very old trees. But watch out where you step, okay? It's muddy. Ooh, some here too. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Look straight up there. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Conkles Hollow for the win. Okay, I think we're heading over that way. I think we're about to the end of the trail here at Conkles Hollow. And I hear water. Oh, there it is. Conkles Hollow was amazing, but it was getting dark, and we were ready to head back to camp. Thanks for watching. In our next video, we'll visit the Lower Falls and the Rock House at Hocking Hills. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, like and share this video, and comment below.